In this video, I'm hoping to help give you some tips and possibly some guidance into the Shattered Relics League for old school RuneScape. What you can expect to learn going forward is basically a good summary to help get you to the end game as quick as you can. A good way to get your hands on some, essentially, a free supply or a very cheap supply of runes, as well as a good amount of money and a couple of onyxes as well that you can achieve very early in the game. Which will help you obviously with the late game content. Also want to apologize quickly. You can tell my voice isn't in the best of moods. I've got some sort of fucking throat cancer that I'm hoping is going to be over in the next couple of days. But I wanted to put this video out because I'm getting a lot of questions in my live streams on basically how to help people through the Shattered Relics League, and I figured why not make a video with some really helpful tips that whether you know what you want to do and you've got the league sussed out, there might still be some tips here to help you make a little bit of extra cash and spend less money, especially on runes and jewelry. So if you find anything in this video that happens to help you through the Shattered Relics League or even in the main game, because a lot of this logic could really apply to the main game, don't be afraid to hit that like button down below. I'll even go a step further as to say that if something gets your fucking dick hard in this video, hit the subscribe button as well. Again, I apologize for my voice not being at its best at the moment, but I really wanted to make this video now rather than in 2 weeks time when the league's already half over. Hopefully I can wash down some of the shit with this beautiful gamer goop juice that I've got here, which I'll tell you about later on in the video. So without further ado, pro tip number 1 for the Shattered Relics League is baby steps.
Baby steps? It means setting small, reasonable goals for yourself, one day at a time.
As the release date of League 3 approached, people were planning ahead on what they wanted to achieve when it came to the end game of League. Some people want to go to God Wars, some people want to learn Theatre of Blood, get their first Inferno Cape, some people just want their dick sucked outside the McDonald's car park at 4 in the morning. We've all got goals that seem realistically more achievable in practice in leagues rather than in the main game. It makes sense, I don't blame you. However, my advice to you is to take those goals and throw them in the fucking garbage. Put them in the bin because they are not relevant at the moment. While yes, you can achieve that, and you will be able to if you follow a couple of these juicy tips I've got here for you today. But right now, that should not be your main goal because you have got a decent chunk of content you need to get through first. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in the 4th tier trying to do fucking God Wars without any relics, without any stats, without any decent loot because you haven't got the max XP or the max drop rate, that you're basically just going to want to quit leagues and stick a red hot needle up your cock. So you're going to have to put a bit of work in before you get there to make this transition as easy as possible. My sole advice, the main thing I tell people to do in leagues is to reach tier 5 as soon as they can. That is your main goal because that's where you get the 12 times XP rate, and that's when you want to start fucking skilling and leveling up your stats. You don't want to fuck with it on 8 times. 8 times is dog shit, trust me. You want to hit the 12 times. It's very easy, and I've got a few tips to help you get there. As for bossing, there's not really any point unlocking it until you hit tier 6 because that's when you get the 3 times drop rate. There's no point going for T-bows, scythes, claws, or anything, I don't know, bandos, god swords, and armadillo equipment on a 2 times drop rate when you can just go to the tier 6. So that's why you want to save the end game until tier 6, but you also want to get there as quickly as you can. So starting out the league, a lot of people were unsure as to pick melee, mage, or range when it came to starting off with your first relic. A lot of people chose mage, claimed that it was the best damage per second in the early game. I chose range because I believe that was actually a better choice. And then there was attack, which on a grand scale of combat was the worst choice because the relic was shit. However, to be completely honest with you guys, it doesn't fucking matter because you get all 3 relics anyway. You do all combat styles. If anything, I personally believe attack might have been the best choice to kind of speed run you to the tier 5 sooner. But none of them matter. Honestly, no matter which one you pick, you're not doing combat out of the gate, so it really never fucking mattered to begin with. Now, there were 2 main bosses people would hit at the start of the league. It was a really good strategy to either hit Temperos or Wintertodt. It doesn't matter which one. With Temperos, you just unlock cooking, you go to about 76 fishing and you fuck off. If you go to Wintertodt, you get fire making, wood cutting, and then you hit 99 fire making there and about 25 KC while unlocking fletching and construction when you can. Either one works, it doesn't matter. You do that grind, fire making to 99 or fishing to 76, and you leave both and you never go back. And I'll explain why later on in the video, but more importantly, the main thing is getting you to tier 5. Now, a lot of people made the mistake of sitting on 8 times XP and rushing thieving and agility because getting 99 on 8 times is amazing. You're wrong. Now, this is where people start to get a little bit stuck because they don't know what skills to unlock. Honestly, just fucking unlock them all. Pick a target and go look for your tasks. There's not really a wrong answer to this. I personally believe crafting, fletching, mining and smithing, all that sort of stuff is really good to unlock. There's a lot of tasks that you can do. It's like mining 50 adamant ore and smithing 50 adamant bars or some shit. You can do them both at the same time just by mining with your relics. So a lot of it is about just skilling and completing tasks, but you don't want to be pushing your skills to 99. You just want to get enough to do things like fish sharks. You want to be able to cut maple trees or even magic trees if you really want to push it. Mine adamant ore. Little things like that. Just go through your task list and complete fucking anything you can. Do a bunch of easy quests like fucking sheep shearer, Gertrude's cat, all that bullshit. The number one thing I can guarantee you guys is questing. While I did just say that do the little quests like sheep shearer and Gertrude's cat, don't fucking go too much further than that. Now, a couple of quests I would recommend doing is the Grand Tree, Gnome Village, Fight Arena, Monkey Madness 2, and the Waterfall quest. All of those I highly recommend you do, which is why I stated at the start that attack might be your best starter, because it saves you 20 Sage Renown when you're trying to bust out a good amount of points. You just need to unlock HP and strength. Go do all of those quests. Every other quest in the game, you are pretty much free to unlock through Sage Renown. It doesn't matter. I know it seems like a waste of points. It seems like a waste of time, and that it doesn't seem somewhat efficient because you're wasting quest XP. Fuck the quest XP, okay? You do not need to worry about quest XP. You're on 12 times XP at tier 5. You're gonna fucking send it, okay? For example, if you pay 42 points to unlock Desert 2, which I did, or if you pay like, I think it's 47 or 30 something points to unlock Mauritania 3, Sons of the Father, everything. You don't have to do it all in one hit. You can do little chunks and unlock tasks. They essentially pay for themselves. I will use Mauritania as an example because it's a great one. Unlock Mauritania 1, and then 2, and then 3 when you can later on. Unlock rune crafting, get the Doubt Essence, and you'll spend 50 points there and you'll make 70 back. Like, just try looking at it from an angle of spending Sage Renown isn't bad because you're trying to gain League points. League points is what's going to push you to tier 5. So your goal is less about getting Sage Renown to unlock things and more about completing tasks and spending Sage Renown to be able to get to tier 5. Because once you're at tier 5, that's when the money starts to come in. That's when you really start to pick up the speed. And that's when the league really starts to become one of the greatest leagues we've ever seen in RuneScape. I'm not sure how good that sounded. I'll figure it out when I'm editing. I'm just trying to get it all together in my mind because I don't script any of my content. So I'm literally just winging this based off my own experience. But getting to tier 5 is your number one goal. While you got the bossing and all that shit you want to do endgame, tier 5 is your priority. Because if you're trying to do bandos when you're on tier 4 without 12 times XP or 3 times the drop rate, like I said earlier, you may as well just stick a red hot needle up your dick. So make your goal tier 5, pay to unlock quests. I did up to Monkey Madness, and then I bought Monkey Madness 2. I bought Desert Treasure. Go bursting monkeys. You get a bunch of combat relics. You have double favor at Kren. Go fucking unlock a bunch of favor there. It's very simple. Get your shades and gear, all that stuff. It's very easy. Don't worry too much about money because you can do rooftop agility. You got to do a bunch of courses anyway. Golden Brick Road will make you a decent amount of money. Pickpocket until level 60, 71 at the absolute max when you're thieving. Go to Arty Knights until 71 and then stop. Don't go any further until your tier 5. I can guarantee you don't want to do that. Other than that, just remember these are tips. You can play the game you want and it is about playing your own game. So do what you can and prefer with that information to get to tier 5. And once you hit tier 5, that's when it really starts to get juicy. However, one tip I do want to give, which I've seen a lot of people doing, is do not go for your Dragon Defender. Okay, don't go for the Dragon Defender until you are tier 6. I know it sounds, oh, but I need the Dragon Defender, it's good damage. Your damage comes from your relics. The Dragon Defender is beyond irrelevant in this fucking league. You do not need it. Your damage is coming from relics, and I'll explain to you why you should wait till tier 6 because it will make it a way better fucking experience for you. The reason the Dragon Defender is so bad before tier 6 is that you're going to spend anywhere between like 2 and 6 hours in that fucking guild killing fucking suits of armor, then Cyclops for what? 50 league points and 3 Sage Renown? That's all you're doing it for. You're not going to use that defender again, like until you go bossing. There's no point touching it till tier 6. And like I said, I'll explain why in a minute. However, with tier 5, when it comes to thieving, this is where you really start to see people in this game don't really use their fucking brains. When you hit level 80 thieving, especially if you have a smooth criminal level 3, paladins. Paladins are your new best friend. Pickpocket paladins to 91 thieving from 71 or from 80 or whatever you want to do, wherever you're comfortable. I recommend 80 to 91. Pickpocket paladins. If you have the full rogue outfit, good for you, but fuck you. Smooth criminal, deeper pockets, and the unchained talent, so you have +8 thieving. Hit the paladins all the way to 91. The reason you do them instead of Arty Knights, every pickpocket gives you, I think with deeper pockets you get 160 GP, which is more than the Knights, and you also get 4 chaos runes every pickpocket. By the time you hit 91 from 80, you're going to have about 8,000 chaos runes. Sounds great. You don't have to spend any money on chaos runes again in this game. they can be used for one of two things. One, bursting. They're great for bursting. They're great for doing magic damage. It's free magic levels, free runes. The other one, and this is the really important one, especially if you go to 99, these chaos runes can be used and sold at the gem shop in the Tazar area to buy yourself a couple of onyx. That's your endgame gem right there. You don't need to go any further, and you've already got that in tier 5. So I recommend waiting until tier 5 for thieving beyond level 71, because then the XP you get is so much better. If you go thieving on 8 times to 90, it's faster just to get to tier 5 and then go to 90, and you'll get more money, you'll get more XP, and you'll have a fucking blast getting those chaos runes. Honestly, they are a fucking godsend. They save you so much fucking money. And then of course you have access to the onyx. You've got your onyx early game. That's done. Now, the reason I said that the Dragon Defender is a big no-no. Do not go for the Dragon Defender until tier 6. One, you don't need it. You're not bossing. You don't need the Dragon Defender. It's a waste of time. Secondly, when you're at tier 6, you get to choose your own Slayer task. Go to Vanaka or some shit, choose Hill Giants, go kill Cyclops. That way, while you're doing the Dragon Defender, which is when you've got the rune and you go for the Dragon one, it's got a 3 times drop rate. You're also getting Slayer XP for killing the Cyclops because you're doing Hill Giants. So when you finish the task, go back and get another one. You can keep repeating it. By the time you got the Dragon Defender, you're also on, what, 75, 80 Slayer? Now you can do whatever fucking boss you want. You can go do any Slayer task you want. You can pretty much go get a fucking whip straight out of the gate. That's why you want to wait until tier 6 to get your Dragon Defender. Don't do it on tier 4, because you're not going to do anything. You're not bossing on tier 4. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Take the extra, like, you got 6 weeks to do the league. Take the extra week to progress through tasks, get to tier 5, and when you get to bossing in tier 6, you're going to have the best time. If you're bossing in tier 4, you're going to absolutely fucking hate it. I promise you, just take that extra week or take the extra couple days just to grind out all the shit that doesn't seem super entertaining, because you will benefit so much more from it, and you'll have a way better leagues experience, and you'll have more points to spend on the shop at the end of leagues. And then finally, what I'm going to wrap this video up with, what sort of quests you should look at unlocking with payment. And other than the list that I said earlier, which I'll put up on the screen again here, the answer is all of them. Pay for every quest you can. I didn't even do Dragon Slayer. I paid for that. My preference would be Mauritania 3. First, get Sins of the Father paid for, because Dale Essence and Rune Crafting get you so many fucking points. And with the Recall Orb, Rune Crafting is super fast. You can get like 600k XP an hour just doing fucking Cosmic Runes. You can buy, I think you got to mine 2,000 Dale Essence anyway. That's 2,000 Nature Runes or Law Runes, a mixture of that and Death Runes. You have 0 issues. You'll never have to fucking pay for runes in this game, except for like Earth, Air, Water, Fire, which are all dirt cheap anyway. Next, I would then unlock Desert 2, which gives you Desert Treasure. The reason I'll do that first is because it gives you a bunch of tasks that you can then go and unlock. And once you have 91 Thieving as well from tier 5, Pyramid Plunder will get you a bunch of points. Casting Desert Treasure spells and doing a couple of tasks that have been unlocked through the desert. It's a good way to get some more points to then unlock Monkey Madness 2, which is Gnome 2, I believe. You've already done Monkey Madness 1, so you've saved yourself about 20 points there. Monkey Madness 2, you pay for that. You hit the fucking monkeys in the Monkey Madness 2 caves. Start bursting, start chinning, easy gaming. And then finally, once you've completed enough tasks there, this is when you start to get into the Elf and Prif area. Don't even worry about Dragon Slayer 2, because it's kind of dead content. Although the Fremenic and Relic area is pretty nice, it's not really necessary until you are looking at bossing. So Dragon Slayer 2 and Relica, just leave that shit alone for now. I would hit Prif as soon as you can. Now, you might not be able to afford Elf 3 straight away, but if you buy Elf 2, do like Biohazard, Plague City. They'll take you 10 minutes. Buy Elf 2, and that'll unlock a bunch of tasks for you in the Elf area. Going to getting yourself a seed, which should give you enough points to unlock Elf 3, which then, if you've got 75 agility, 80 hunter, you can go do all the tasks in there, and you're winning. You'll be tier 5 by then, almost tier 6 by that time, easily. And it'll take you less than a week. It will, honestly. Just although that was a loosely put together guide, or kind of like pointers, I stand by those facts. I'm sorry that I presented it so poorly. Yeah, like I said, I don't structure my videos. I don't script it. I just fucking wing it. So this is the best you're gonna get, but I can guarantee you, it's gonna fucking help. And if it did help, don't forget to drop a like, and obviously subscribe as well if it also got your dick hard. Actually, I'll also tell you about this. I've been officially sponsored by these guys for fucking ages. Gamer Subs. They're good boys. I got this flavor here called the Guacamole Gamer Fight 9000. You want to buy that shit? They use code Condor in the checkout for 10% off. This is not really a plug as such because I can just do what I want. They're an amazing sponsor. We're the only old school RuneScape content creator sponsored by them. And they're the best on the market. They're the official nutritious gamer shit posting energy drink. And every time I take a sip, my cock grows by 2 inches. So if you want some of that energy, there's a link in the description. It's on my stream as well, where I stream here 5 times a week and a 24-hour stream once a month. So come by, discord.gg/bigdickenergy. Don't be a shit cunt. And most importantly, have fun in the leagues. If you need any more advice, tips, or if this video wasn't good enough, come to the streams and tell me I'm a shit cunt or ask me some more questions. Alright. Fuck off. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy.